You're watching the Sega Driven YouTube channel, and in this video we're taking a look at the latest indie Master System game from Badcomputer, Frontier Force. A download code was provided for this review. Now here's something you don't see every day, a brand new homebrew Master System game. Frontier Force is the name of the game, and it's been developed by Badcomputer. This is an interesting hybrid of Galaga-style shooter, where you can only move your character left and right, and a gallery shooter like Wild Guns. You have 4 different weapons to choose from, and 3 have limited ammo. There is also a devastating laser that you can use for a limited amount of time, and a couple of smart bombs that can really bring the pain. You select between the different weapons by pressing down and 1 or 2 to cycle through them in either direction. 1 fires your standard weapon, while tapping 2 can unleash your smart bomb, or you can hold 2 to use the laser. You also have some interesting movement options. In addition to your standard left and right movement speed, you can also double tap left and right to dash a small distance. This makes you temporarily invulnerable, and if you time it so that you dash through enemy fire, you can also turn their bullets into bonus items. Power-ups are also intermittently dropped by balloons, and these can include extra lives, a shield, extra smart bombs, additional ammo and score bonuses. This is an extremely intense and frenetic shooter that certainly makes an impression. My first impression was more specifically, man, this game is hard. At only 5 stages long, you'd think that this would be a brief little arcade shooter, but the stages are fairly long and pack a lot of enemy variety into them, plus a challenging boss right at the end of each stage. The difficulty is so high that the game reminded me a lot of Wrecker for the Famicom, an infamously brutal bullet hell shooter developed by Kid. I have to admit that in order to see more than just the first stage, I had to set the difficulty to easy and resort to save states to make any meaningful progress. You'll likely know whether this sort of challenge is for you, and I'm sure there's a real sense of accomplishment when you learn how to play this game well without the use of save states. There's certainly a lot of options in regards to your own offensive capabilities, and some real depth to the movement and scoring, and I bet it feels great when you master it, but this sort of difficulty is a little bit of a turn-off for me. I like the difficulty curve to be a little gentler than having my arse handed to me in the very first stage of the game, but again, I appreciate I am not the target audience here. Insult to injury was also added when the first time I saw a shield power-up was right at the start of the second stage. Where were you for all of the first stage, mate? If you have a soft spot for bullet hell games and Twitch gallery shooters like Wild Guns, then this will definitely appeal to you. It controls well, offers loads of variety, and is also complemented by some wonderful visuals and a brilliant PSG soundtrack by Crisps. But that's a very specific niche that also needs to cross over with the sort of person who buys independent Master System games, and I can't imagine there's a big overlap on that Venn diagram. I'd certainly feel a little hard done by if I dropped a full €50 on the physical release of this game, and then realised I'm too rubbish to see past the first stage. Frontier Force is undeniably well built, but it's a game for hardcore shooter fans. If you have a passing interest in the genre, then maybe try the digital version for $4.99 first, before committing to that physical release. Links to the digital release and the physical version are in the video description, but if you're after a box copy, then make sure you make your order before the end of July 2025, because the game will be taken off sale the following month.